Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from AnthonysCustoms, and for this review we are looking at the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Super WHIS figure, which is one that many people were happy to have, though he may not be the most dynamically posable figure. He's really aesthetically pleasing, and everybody knows he's kind of a badass if you're talking about the actual character, so he's probably one you'll want to pick up, so I think it'll be a good idea to review him so you guys can know what to expect when you buy the figure. So let's get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just about 19 centimeters, which makes him just about a little bit over 7.5 inches, including his hair. So he's got some definite size to him. He's very tall and lanky, which is appropriate, so that's a good thing. It's pretty well scaled. Unfortunately, all of my other figures are not with me. They're in Texas, and I'm back in Ohio right now, so I can't show you any comparisons. But you can check out their reviews and check out their heights if you're curious about how he'll match up. So before we get into the figure, let's talk accessories. We have 3 interchangeable heads. We have the neutral head that comes on him in the package, one head where he's looking off to the side and kind of smirking, and then the one where he's got his eyes closed, his mouth open, and he's kind of like making a happy face. So we have those, and then we have a total of 7 hands. We have the 2 fist hands that come on him in the package, the hand with the spoon, the pointing finger hand, and then 3 different gripping hands, which can be used for his staff, which is very well detailed. I love the fact that they use clear plastic to hold the ball in the middle rather than just like an upright piece to hold it in place. You can't really tell the plastic's there, so it's a very nice effect. So very happy about that. Now, as far as the figure goes, it's very well detailed. The gold line work and the white line work and then the orange and white diamonds and stripe, very, very, very clean. Very aesthetically pleasing. And then we have very saturated colors. So we have the dark blue belt, the pinkish purple fuchsia type everything else, the pale blue skin, the blue ring around the chest. It's just a very nice looking figure. So if you're at all into the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z figures, why does my phone think I'm talking to it now? Did you guys hear that? Did you hear the phone start to respond? No, stop listening, phone. Even when I turn the phone volume off, something happens. You know they're always listening. That's what it is. They're trying to get me. Anyway, the figure it's just very aesthetically pleasing, and having the ring around here, the way they did it, it looks good for the most part. I do wish the pegs weren't quite so obvious in the torso, but it's not a deal breaker. In terms of articulation, this guy's surprisingly good from the waist up. You're not going to need him to be because he's not going to be posed that much anyway probably, but he can. We have a double ball peg for the head to the neck, which is the best posing option you can have. The ball hinge just isn't as effective as the double ball peg, so I like that a whole bunch. And then the neck itself is on a ball peg, so you can move the head around however you need to. The only limitation is bumping into the back of this, so be aware of that, but otherwise the head will pose no problem. The shoulders, standard SH Figuarts shoulders, except this part right here is solid, so it will get in the way some. So you can only raise the arms out about that much, which is not that much for Figuarts, but it's more than enough for any other figure and even for this one, so that's okay. You can bring them around all the way, other than when they bump into the shoulder. So, you know, it is somewhat limited, but it's technically all there, and it's pretty much to be expected based on the design of the character. We do have a bicep swivel that works no problem. Double jointed elbow gives you really good range, and then we have, what kind of wrist joint is it? I believe it's a ball hinge. I didn't look, though. Yeah, we have ball hinge wrists, which will be fine for posing the figure any way you need to. For the torso, you can see we have a segment here and down here, so the upper torso gives you really good range. You can lean him side to side, no problem at all. You can even lean him front to back really well. Unfortunately, these guys are fairly stiff, so they will flex as you need them to, but they're not going to hang down. But you still have that really good range, so that's a good thing. Then the lower torso has another ball peg in there, so you really won't have any trouble posing his torso. You can rotate it around however you need to. No problems, it's really well executed. Now we kind of have a problem because the skirt is all one solid piece. Well, it's technically a couple pieces, but it doesn't move. So even though he does have ball sockets in the hips and a thigh swivel and a knee joint, you're really not going to be using it very much. So it's a little bit disappointing, but it's kind of to be expected. For the ankles, we just have a ball peg, which is very limited. It doesn't really do too much at all, but you can rotate the feet and just kind of angle them as you need to pose him, but really not too much at all. And then lastly, we have the toe hinge, which is okay. It's not great, it's just okay. So for the waist down, you're really not going to pose him too much, but from the waist up, you can pose him however you want to, with the one caveat of the shoulder pads being in the way, which isn't too bad. So I think, given the fact that he's really aesthetically pleasing, comes with a nice staff accessory, some interchangeable faces and hands, really clean paintwork. I love the face on this guy. I love basically everything about it, the way it looks. I think it's a definite must-have. He's not going to be in any kung fu poses, but he doesn't need to be, so I think it's okay. And I still really like it, and I really recommend it. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I have new videos up every single day. We talk about action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, all kinds of fun stuff, so come back for that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.